Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. What rights do you, as a customer, as a consumer, what rights do you have to voice your opinions after you've purchased said product? Well, apparently, at least according to former Bioware executive, you don't. Just don't ask questions. Just consume product and get excited for next product. Mark Dara claims that celebrating layoffs crosses the line into being cruel. Oh, I'm sorry, boo hoo. Let's not address the continuous insults and verbal attacks that the customer base, the gamers, have endured for many years simply because they criticized the layout, they criticized the mechanics, the story, the main character being called istophobes, being called a bigot, a misogynist, a transphobe, or any number of other far more derogatory words there. But that's okay. We can just sit there and not say anything. It crosses the line into being cruel. Maybe if these game companies, I know I'm beating the dead horse here, maybe if they made it fun first, we wouldn't be celebrating. Maybe if the game was fun, maybe if the developers, maybe if the art director would shut his damn mouth instead of spurging out online about Orange Man bad and Elon Musk this and Elon Musk that, then we wouldn't celebrate so often when your studio fails, when your game fails, because the way gamers see it is you got exactly what you deserve. Former Bioware executive producer Mark Dara claims that if you celebrate layoffs, you cross the line into being cruel. No, I believe it's justified. You get exactly what you deserve. In a recent video upload, Dara began by making the just point. I'm sure it was in his eyes, it was very justified, sitting on his nice little high horse, his pedestal above everyone else and passing judgment because he doesn't like it whenever you criticize the product in the studio. Yes, it is unfortunate that people lose their jobs, but when you have such a bloated staff, corners have to be cut. Layoffs will happen. You hired too many people. Nobody seems to want to talk about that. All these studios are massive successes, bottom lines that are just soaring into the stratosphere, major profits, but employees are still getting laid off. Well, maybe those departments were redundant. Maybe they were unnecessary. Maybe that one particular department couldn't cut the mustard. When a video game that a particular team is working on doesn't sell well, and yet the major corporation makes all the money in the world, what justification is there to keep that team when the team itself failed? Moving on. He stated, quote, the fact that you bought a game that you didn't like doesn't give you the right to be cruel. It absolutely does. When people are forking off $60, $70, sometimes $120 on a game with certain expectations and the game fails to meet those expectations, understatement of the century, well then, I believe everyone has the right to voice their opinion and say how they feel. Unkind to the people that developed the game. Well, the people that developed the game went on a massive campaign to prop up the game and say how great and how wonderful and how good it was, and just look at all my inclusivity and diversity and this, that, and the other. So, well, what about the gameplay? But we have surgery scars. Okay, what about the story? Well, you can put vitiligo on your character. Well, yes, but what about the mechanics? Well, you don't want to answer those questions. You just push, push, push. DEI, my diversity, my inclusion, my equity. That's all you're promoting on your game. And when it comes out, and it's such an astronomical failure because all the aspects surrounding the game that would make it fun are bottom of the barrel, to say the least. Your studio loses because you did not meet expectations. I'm sorry, but the customer's not going to feel sorry for you ever because you failed. Unkind to the people that developed the game. The people that developed the game are the ones solely responsible for the game. So why not? I'm not saying that you have to like the thing you bought. Well, it would be nice because we're paying that kind of money. We're putting our money down in a bit of trust for the studio making the game. And when you fail, again, The customer's going to voice their opinion. I'm not saying, well, he clarified, I'm not saying even that you aren't allowed to complain. Well, that's exactly what you're saying, because that's all people are doing. They're complaining. They're complaining about the state of the game, and they feel, justifiably so, that the developers got what they deserved. They earned that layoff. They earned it with their piss poor product. You can have whatever opinion that you feel. This is counterproductive to what you're saying. You can have whatever opinion that you feel like towards a game, even if that opinion is stupid and wrong. Oh, dear. So now you're going to attack potential customers. Their opinion is stupid and wrong, even though it's their opinion. Now, granted, there are quite a few stupid and wrong opinions, but you don't say that to your potential customers, you ignorant tit. You can have whatever opinion you like towards a game, even if it's stupid and wrong. You are entitled to that opinion. And thanks to social media and YouTube and everything around it, we're allowed to voice that opinion and find other people who have the same opinions and congregate into our little so-called echo chambers over and over. And in heaven forbid we have arguments, but whatever. And to some degree, you're entitled to express that opinion to the corporation, to the video game studios that created this game that you bought. But you cross the line when you start being cruel about it. No, I disagree. He elaborated, you shouldn't be cruel at all. Well, what you see as cruel as others see as justified. It's a video game. Yes, it's a form of escapism that people use to entertain themselves, to get them away from the doldrums of everyday life. It's a break. However, when you start inserting nonsensical modern-day bullshit into your game, and everything else around that suffers for it, the gameplay, the mechanics, the story, the world building, well, people are going to, sometimes obnoxiously, voice their opinions. You don't need to go out of your way to cause harm. Causing harm. This idea has been warped so bad as of late because words cause harm. Nobody has thin skin anymore. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains... Wait, that's not it. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. It seems like words are very upsetting. Cause harm. Let's see. Let's start over. You don't need to go out of your way to cause harm. Well, most people aren't really going out of their way. It's a 5-second tweet on social media. Cause harm to other people because of a video game you don't like. If I'm forking out $70 of my hard-earned income, trusting the studio to deliver an entertaining product, and it fails on all aspects of entertainment, I'm going to say exactly what I want to say. And when your studio shuts down because you decided to prioritize my diversity, my equity, my inclusion, trying to sell a game for a non-existent modern audience, and it ends up being a big old steaming pile of trash, then you have no one but yourself to blame when the studio shuts down. He even provided examples of what he believes warrants cruelty. Oh dear, he did, really. When you climb into someone's personal social media, the problem with this statement right here is that you are representing a corporation. You have them in your bio, in your tagline, your words, your actions. You are representing that corporation, and you should act accordingly. And yet some of these individuals, and who also receive zero ramifications for what they say, go out of their way to insult potential customers, insulting half of their, well, again, potential customers with their words because, oh, they feel some kind of way, getting all up in their feelings left, right, and center. And then they wonder when the blowback is swift and intense. This is nothing more than a response. You're complaining about a response to the behaviors and the words of developers. You're complaining about a harsh response to garbage products. Maybe stop being a twat on social media and push out better than average quality product, and the backlash won't be so great. When you climb into someone's personal social media and start actively attacking that person, when you celebrate layoffs, when you deliver a trash product and insult the customers, the gamers, I will celebrate you going away, because then I don't have to worry about you making any more trash products. Layoffs at a studio because the game you don't like didn't do well. No. Well, yes, we are celebrating. You're crossing the line into being cruel. We disagree. It's justified. You made shit and expected people to eat it. And fundamentally, you should have more grace for other human beings. You first, developers. You first. Mark Darras. Dara? Celebrating layoffs is crossing the line into being cruel, ladies and gentlemen. Just eat the slop. Eat the garbage sandwich that you are fed and be happy about it. And heaven forbid you be happy about the developers responsible for said garbage sandwich being removed from the industry. Heaven forbid. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I'm sure you will. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.